Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. And what we're going to make today are mini cupcakes. Now, I get 36 out of this recipe. If you don't want to make the minis or you don't have a pan and you just have regular cupcake pan, you'll get 10 regular cupcakes out of this recipe, but I like to do the minis, and like I said, I get 36 minis out of it, okay, and I fill them up about halfway, okay, or you know, maybe a little less. Okay, so let's get started. Now, I no longer put the recipe below the video, and I'm sorry about that. But if you'd like to, you know, jot it down as we go along together, hopefully I'll go through clearly enough and slowly enough that you'll be able to jot that down, okay? So let's start off with 1 stick of butter at room temperature. I cut it up into small pieces because I think it's quicker to break it up and cream it. Now you can use your hand mixer. I always say that on all my recipes. I like to use the stand up because it's quicker for the video and I don't have to, you know, bore you too long with it. So also when I go into a higher speed, I'm going to give you a heads up because the mixer can be loud, so you might want to, you know, turn it down or take the earbud out or earbuds, that kind of thing. All right, so let's just cream this. Now spend time doing that, you know, depending on the speed of your mixer that you're on or whatever type of mixer you're using. But you do want it, you know, broken up and creamed. The next thing you're going to be putting in is a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and I'm just going to put it all in there and then beat them together. And again, wait till they both combine very nicely so they start to look fluffy and smooth and creamy, okay? We're also going to be putting 2 eggs in, 1 at a time, that have been at room temperature. Now I'm going to raise my sound. I'm going to raise my speed, I'm sorry, but I'm going to raise the sound absolutely when I turn it on. Okay, now I generally, you know, wouldn't have it at that high of a speed, but again, I've got to get it, you know, blended and do it quickly. And now I'm just cleaning the sides and getting to the bottom because that's where the paddle tends to miss. So I'm going to warn you again about the sound. Again, stay with that till it looks very well combined, it's well incorporated, and it's creamy, and it becomes a pale yellow, and as well as looking fluffy. All right, let's work on the dry ingredients, okay? You're going to start off with 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and you're also going to be putting in 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a stir here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just a little bit of stir with my little mini whisk here, okay? And now we're going to slowly start putting this in so that I don't have flour all over the kitchen. that in gradually, of course, and you want to stay with mixing it till it really actually the batter starts to clean your bowl. And I don't like to overbeat this because I think it makes the cupcakes, you know, denser, heavier. Okay. The next thing that we're going to be putting in is milk, and you're going to put 2 tablespoons of milk in. And again, just till it's combined. Don't overbeat. And the last thing, of course, to make these coconut, if I forgot to mention that we're making coconut mini cupcakes, you need 3/4 of a cup. Now you can fold this in if you prefer not to beat it in. I find if I don't do it for too long, I really don't break up the coconut too much so that it loses its integrity. And I am using a sweetened coconut. I'm sorry. If you want to use unsweetened coconut, you can as well. Okay. And again, just stay with that till it's combined. We'll get the paddle out of here and the excess. Now, if you're looking for a different type of cupcake recipe, I have several. I have red velvet, chocolate, vanilla, white. I have so many on my channel, so please, you know, check it out. And now again, I'm just cleaning the sides and getting to the bottom of the mixing bowl to make sure everything's combined. And this is what the batter is going to look like. Okay, it has that really nice coconut smell. And now we're going to just start to fill these. Now, and I want to show you the scoop that I'm using. Okay, it's actually, well, I have more than this, but I wanted to show you. You know, this is this size, then it's that size, then it's this, and this is, whoops, I should have dropped that first to show you. And you know, they go larger than this, of course, but I'm not going to waste, you know, your time showing you. But I'm using this one, so it is the smallest one. Here on the end that I'm using. Okay, it's probably about a tablespoon, I would think. I like to use the scoops rather than a spoon because I feel they're, you know, more accurate of how much is going into the liners, into the papers, that kind of thing. And I'm not going to bore you by putting this in all of them, of course. Again, I do get 36 of these. Okay, we're going to get one that doesn't want to come out there. Okay. All right. Okay, so you get the idea on filling your papers. And with the liners, you know, of course, which kind of cool, you know, you can buy any type of season or solid colors, but being it's December, I'm just using Santa here. Okay, but they have so many pretty liners that you can buy for the mini cupcakes. Now you're going to bake these at 350 degrees, and I'm telling you, mine came up very, very quick. They can come up between, you know, oh my gosh, anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. I mean, sometimes it can be, I have a friend that I gave the recipe that she said it took her 15 minutes. So all our ovens set up so differently. But mine actually came between very close to 10. I think it came like 9.5. So, you know, kind of gauge it. You don't want them to have a real dark bottom when they're baked, because then the mini cake will be a little too dry. So they'll be kind of pale, and I'll show you those in just a second. But anyway, watch your timing that you don't over bake. And again, use the cake tester or a toothpick to see how they're baking and that type of thing. But they're very quick to bake up. Now I'm going to wash my hands quickly because I'm working with raw eggs, because I want to show you first what they look like baked, and this is how they turn out. Again, remember I said they're very light in color on the top, and then even the bottom you can kind of see a golden brown, you know, but not anything really dark on the bottom. Okay, now I want to show you very quickly. Now you can put whatever type of frosting that you want on them. Okay, I'm using one in particularly that I like on my channel because it's very easy to make. It's just a few ingredients with corn syrup and butter and whatever, and then you know you can decorate them however that you know you want to. Again, because it's December, I'm just putting a little bit of Christmas on here for that. And you certainly don't have to have a piping bag. You can put your frosting or your icing on with a knife, that kind of thing. And I want to show you what they look like once they have a little bit of frosting and a little bit of color on them. Here I just have some where I just put the frosting, nothing else, and the others, of course, that have the colored jimmies or sprinkles or whatever. And they're really cute because I've made them sometimes for baby shower or from a church social, or you know, you can make whatever type of topping to match the occasion with the liners. So they're really fun. They're fun to bake. But let's cut one open so that you can see what they look like. I'm going to take that out of the paper. They will come up extremely moist and delicate. It's not a heavy cake. It's not a dense cake. And you really don't want dense because of the coconut. You want to be able to really taste that flavor. And then I don't know if you can see, but when I squeeze it, it pops right back up. That's how the flake is so light and so delicate. These just melt in your mouth. If you like coconut, I think you're going to really like this cupcake. Whether you make them in a mini or whether you make them in a regular size, remember too, you only will get 10 regular standard size cupcakes with that. Now, if you try this recipe and you like it, well, let me hear from you. I'd love to hear from you. I will answer as best as I can in a timely fashion. But if you have a question or a comment, please, just as a quick reminder, I'm only on YouTube. And if you write to me and watch me on YouTube, I'm going to be able to get your question or your comment and then answer you. Again, very quickly, I don't put the recipe on. I know a lot of people write to me about it, and I'm not alone on this, that's for sure. But it's just not worth the time anymore. I got very frustrated to see my work pinned and posted and claimed by others. And when people have written to me, I can't answer them. And it became so frustrating that it's just, I don't do it anymore. So I hope you got to jot it down as we went along if you're going to give this a try. And again, I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. If you're so inclined and you'd like to subscribe, well, I can't thank you enough, or ring the bell for the video. So stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.